Force USA, the trusted name in strength equipment.
Hey guys, so this is the advanced video for the VersaFit gym tiles. So these bad boys are the only tiles specifically engineered for athletes. So a bit of a background on the rubber gym tiles. Obviously very widely used in the industry. They're going to be in lots of gyms, so from the commercial gyms, CrossFit style training gyms, strength and conditioning, and then from that commercial setting, or also in the domestic setting as well. So people are going to be chucking them in their home. There's equine purposes as well, and then chucking in offices as well. Nice and easy to lay, but what's happened is generally the rubber flooring on the industry at the moment is nasty stuff made in China, and it's full of nasty VOCs like formaldehyde and the like. So what the R&D team did is they searched high and wide for a factory that could produce a higher quality product, and that's what the VersaFit tile is. So a couple of the main things that they wanted to focus on was to try and reduce obviously all those nasty chemicals. So there's no formaldehyde used in any of these, none of those nasty VOCs, and also that smell. You get a lot of people sort of mentioning the smell, and it can be off-putting, especially in a commercial setting for gym owners, members, etc. There was quite a few complaints coming through. So the VersaFit gym tiles have overcome that objection, as there's no real smell. There is a bit of a rubber, small rubber hint of a rubber smell rather, but the chemical smell is pretty much gone. All right, let's have a bit of a look at the range and what's to offer. And as I go, we'll touch on some of the other things that are unique to the VersaFit tile. So if we start front left here, you can see in the range there's obviously the different colours. So there's a blue fleck, grey fleck, and you've got your red fleck tiles here. All right, so the rubber tiles themselves are basically a specially sourced painted rubber that's ground up and then combined with a special glue adhesives and then put into a press, and the final result is quite nice. So the VersaFit tiles have got the cross hatch in them. All right, so that just gives it a nicer sort of tiled look when it's in a gym setting. If we move back here, as well as your standard plain black, and then you've got your flecked mats, we've also got motivational tiles. So there's just a selection of them. So be stronger than your excuses, train insane, go hard or go home. So some nice quotational or motivational quotes that for an individual at home, they might want to chuck one of these underneath their squat rack just to help them push along. We have put these in a commercial gym setting too, so where someone like My Fitness Club, they've placed them right in front of in their main strength area. They're right in front of their dumbbell racks. So when guys are getting up, grabbing their 50 kilo dumbbells, they can sit down, see beast mode on, and then do their set. It's something that's unique to the range, and it's pretty cool. All right. As well as the motivational tiles, these are still in development. They're in stock, but there's always more that are coming out. So this one here is just a agility tile. So obviously there's going to be, you're not limited to distance that you can create with this agility tile. So effectively you could have 100 meters of agility ladder if they wanted to. As well as the agility ladder, there's also a stretching tile. We've got octagon, there's agility work. So these are a good addition for a strength and conditioning gym. So normally a gym is going to put down like a speed ladder, which you just roll out. So now that there's no use for that, or you don't need to do that, these obviously sit in the tiles, and they're always there to be used. They're modular as well, so you can take them out and move them around depending on the individual's taste on their training style, etc. So we've also got obviously quite popular in CrossFit style training, your numbered tiles. All right, so you'll probably see the numbers used extensively in CrossFit style training. So this will generally sort of signify a number of reps that are used for a certain exercise. So 40 thrusters if you're crazy enough. All right, so just a little bit of technical on how this is achieved. So if I flip it over to the back here, hopefully the camera can see that we've actually got the logo cut into each tile and indented there. Is that really clear? So what happens is there's a water jet laser that obviously the pattern or the logo is put into the computer, and the laser comes along. It's got a high pressure water jet which fires about 5 millimeters into the rubber and then scoops out, and it's quite detailed. So if you come nice and close, you can actually see each specific letter has been cut out. I might just lift that up, bring it a little bit closer to camera. Alright, so you can see it's quite detailed and quite precise too. So because it's so precise, they can get a nice finish, and then that allows for, once it's cut in, so that process for a big number here would be the same. So your laser jet, or water jet, sorry, is going to come in. It's going to take out 5 mils within that rubber tile, and then advanced EPDM rubber is then inlaid into that gap that's left, and then obviously cured. All right, so it's a little bit denser than your rubber tile, but you can see that once she's in there, it's not going. It's nice and adhered to that rubber surface. There's a bit of a surface area there, so it's going to be stuck in there for good. So obviously that could be an objection for some people when they're looking at buying these tiles. Is this going to, pull out, come out? But as because there are individuals pushing sleds over things like that, but it's not going to happen, and it hasn't happened yet. All right, so we've touched on the numbers and some of the agility tiles and motivational tiles, your different colours in the Fleck range. Also in the VersaFit range, we've got, and we offer your custom logos. So this is one that we did for Snap Fitness 24/7. So they're a huge 24-hour gym chain. So they're a global chain. We did these up for quite a few of their gyms in Australia here. So if you are quoting or in the sales process, wherever you are, from online to in-store, and you do have people interested from gym chains that could have the possibility of chucking something like this in, please make sure that you mention it to them, tell them that we do it, show them pictures of them actually in the location in Snap Fitness. They look brilliant. And I know personally that one that we have in Snap Fitness is in a functional training area, and it has sleds pushed over it all the time, and so far there's been no problems at all. All right, so it's having a sled loaded with 100 kilos pushing over it, so that's good testing for us and gives you confidence to know that this process is going to work. All right, or it works. All right, so let's have a touch on some of the key points in the VersaFit tiles that make them different to what's on the market. So number one, obviously noise dampening. So because they're 15 mil thick and have a nice compact process when they're made, dropping weights on these is obviously going to absorb a lot of noise. So guys in gyms dropping the dumbbells or in that CrossFit style training, they're dropping from overhead. It's quite important for some people, when you've got an individual in a situation where they have, other tenants in buildings next to them. There's a lot of vibrations that goes through in that training process. So these will help to absorb that impact and keep everyone happy. So on top of that, we've got away with that toxic smell. So because of the nasty glue that's used in some of the Chinese ones, it used to come with that really nasty smell. So we've got rid of that, and it's also got a unique anti-fatigue Springback. So if there is a very heavy weight dropped in here, it's not going to leave too much of a dent, and if it does, over time or over a short period of time, it's going to come back to its original form. Alright, so quickly on the glue that's used, we've sourced it from Germany, and it meets pretty strict European safety standards. In some of the old Chinese ones as well, you'd find the odd piece of steel shroud, which obviously can cause splinters or go into people that are training feet or hands if they're doing push-ups, etc. So the patented process utilised for the VersaFit tiles basically utilises like a magnet system which gets rid of all that steel in the production process. 90% of the materials are recycled, so that's also eco-friendly. So obviously it's a bit of a problem. There's a lot of land waste, landfill, and a lot of that landfill is old car tyres, so it's a good way to utilise those and get them back into a product and circling through that process. Obviously they can be used for indoor and outdoor use. As well as that, it has an anti-static slip resistance, so when you're doing exercises that require a little bit of agility, a little stopping and turning, you want to make sure that there's definitely a bit of grip in the tile. So for example, you're up and down doing some agility based movement, you want to be able to know that there's confidence and that your foot, when you're getting a nice footing, you're not going to be slipping. Alright, so that brings in one of the reasons why they're engineered for athletes. Alright, so let's just touch quickly on the warranty of the VersaFit tiles. So you have a 5-year limited warranty, so make sure when you are selling these, it's very specific to gyms, or when you're putting it in a commercial setting of gyms of only 1,000 members and under. Alright, so a maximum of 1,000 members. For people or commercial setting, people that are looking for kitting out their gyms and have more members than 1,000, then that's where we've accommodated and we're in development phases of producing a commercial VersaFit gym tile. So stay tuned for that. That should be in the range soon. Alright, so that gives you a bit of a rundown. Make sure that you've taken down any notes and see your team leaders with any questions in regards to the VersaFit tiles. There's also great videos that we've produced online on YouTube, and on the VersaFloor website, so check those out as well, and we'll get you upskilled as much as possible. The more you know about these products, the better. Cheers.
Force USA, the trusted name in strength equipment. Now available at forcefitnessequipment.com.